Sometimes the past refuses to stay buried, and sometimes the monster we fear is the one we created. It had been 3 months since Anne vanished. The teachers tried to move on. The students tried to pretend everything was normal, but whispers filled every hallway. Emma sat at her desk, staring at the empty seat beside her. That was Anne's desk. Emma tried to listen to the teacher, but all she could hear was the voice whispering,
"Let me in."
"Let me in." Emma's fingers gripped her pen so hard, it snapped in two. Ink spilled across her page like dark blood. Emma glanced sideways and froze. Anne was sitting there, pale, ghostly, hair soaked as if pulled from a river. Her lips moved silently, eyes locked on Emma's. "Let me in," Anne whispered again. Emma blinked hard, but when she looked back, the seat was empty. The other girls stared at Emma, whispering behind their hands. Even as Queen Bee again, Emma looked haunted, thin and pale. Chloe, a fan of Anne, watched Emma carefully from across the room. Chloe knew Emma's secret. She'd always suspected Emma of hating Anne. She remembered how quickly Emma turned friendly toward Anne, how fake it all felt. Chloe knew one thing for sure. Emma had always wanted Anne gone. One afternoon during class, Emma tried to focus as the teacher spoke, but suddenly Anne's silhouette appeared behind the teacher. Long black hair hung over Anne's ghostly face. Her mouth moved slowly as she mouthed, "Let me in." Emma shut her eyes tight, shaking her head. "Emma?" the teacher snapped. "What was the last thing I said?" Emma's eyes flew open. Anne was gone. I... Emma stammered, unable to speak. Emma ran out of class and locked herself in the bathroom. She splashed water on her face, gripping the porcelain sink so hard her knuckles turned white. She dared to look up, and Anne's face stared back at her from the mirror. Anne's skin was cracked and white as marble. Her black hair hung in dripping ropes. Her blue eyes burned with fury. "Let me in!" Emma screamed. She fell backward, clutching her chest. "Leave me alone, Anne," she begged. "I'm sorry. Please, leave me alone." Anne just stared at her, silent, vengeful, and then vanished. Emma's screams brought other girls running. Chloe arrived last, staring at Emma shivering on the bathroom floor. Emma forced a smile. "I'm fine," she whispered, but her eyes were wide and empty. That night, Chloe passed by Emma's dorm room and heard crashing noises inside. She pressed her ear to the door and froze as Emma's voice echoed from inside. "Leave me alone, Anne. You're dead. I made sure I got rid of you by locking you out before lights out. You stole everything from me. You came into my school and took my spotlight. I worked so hard to be Queen Bee, and you took it all." Chloe's eyes widened. "I knew it," she whispered. Chloe decided it was time for Emma to pay. She wanted to expose Emma's guilt to everyone, so she crafted a plan. The same plan Emma used to kill Anne. Chloe secretly stole Emma's keys and locked Emma's dorm door from the outside. That night, Emma left her room briefly. As soon as she returned, she twisted the doorknob, but it wouldn't turn. No. Emma banged on her door. The hallway was deadly silent. She ran to knock on other girls' doors. "Help me, please let me in." But no one dared open their doors. Everyone knew the rule: never open your door after 11 p.m. The monsters would come for anyone caught outside. Emma's breath turned misty in the freezing air. The clock struck 11 p.m. Suddenly, the lights flickered and went out. The hallway seemed to stretch longer and darker. At the far end stood a thin, tall creature with twisted limbs and glowing red eyes. Emma stumbled backward, covering her mouth to keep from screaming. As lightning flashed through the windows, she saw it clearly. The creature's face slowly shifted into Anne's face. Pale, beautiful, dead. Anne's blue eyes glowed like ice. "Let me in," Anne's voice crooned. Emma screamed. She tried running, but every turn led her back to the creature. Emma fell to her knees, sobbing. "I'm sorry, Anne. Please forgive me. I'll tell the school the truth. I'll confess everything. Just don't take me, please." Anne stepped closer, her hair floating around her as if underwater. "Too late," Anne whispered. Emma screamed as Anne's spirit surged forward, wrapping around her like cold water. The monster lunged. Emma's body vanished into shadows. Her last scream echoed through the hall. The next day, rumors exploded through the school. Chloe stepped forward and told the teachers and students everything Emma confessed. Everyone knew the truth. Emma had betrayed Anne and caused her death. But the story didn't end there. Students began seeing Anne's ghost wandering the halls, searching for Emma. Sometimes they saw Emma's ghost, too, her eyes hollow, following Anne silently like a prisoner. Girls whispered that they could hear Anne's voice echoing through the dark corridors. "Let me in." Parents withdrew their daughters from the school in fear. Within weeks, the school shut its doors forever. Vines grew over the iron gates. Windows shattered in silence. Nobody dared go near it. But those who passed by the empty building at night swore they heard whispers drifting from the darkness. Let me in. A school built on secrets is bound to crumble in shadows. And some doors once opened can never be shut again.